Welcome to the Planet OSRS Guide to the Doom of Makwahital, Delves 1 through 4. As of this video, which is coming out just a few days after release, the wiki is stating that all the uniques, except the pet, can be had starting with Delves 2, 3, and 4. For a large chunk of the OSRS player base, this will be a farmable range for the uniques, albeit most likely long odds at getting the drop. Without further ado, let's delve into the guide. First up, we have your gear and inventory. The key here is going to be limiting your death fee. That is done by using Elite Void first and foremost. If you don't have Elite Void, I would recommend getting it. It is much cheaper to operate than Missouri, and the DPS difference is very minimal. Um, as far as weapon goes, I have Twisted Bow. I would recommend a minimum of Scorching Bow. So if you don't have that, hit up your Tormented Demons and go get yourself a Tormented Synapse. If you have Quiver, that works. You can save an inventory spot. Otherwise, Assembler works as well. You'll just need an extra inventory spot for the bolts. Necklace of Anguish with the ornament kit is key. This allows you to keep the ornament kit. Keep the Necklace of Anguish on death. Dragon Arrows, Ruby Dragon Bolts E, Blessed D'hide Boots, Light Bearer for ZCB and ACB. If you don't have ZCB or ACB, that's fine. It just helps make the fight go quicker. It's not a necessity. So if you don't have that, I'd recommend bringing probably your best in slot range ring, and you should be good to go. As far as the inventory goes, I have all of the special weapons you need. Dual Makwaheedles are key. Scorching Bow, Slayer Staff E. So the dual Makwaheedles replace your Emberlight. Scorching Bow is used on the boss as well, and the grubs. Slayer Staff E is used in replace of the Demon Bane Staff, and it is much cheaper. It can autocast the Superior Demon Bane spell. So ZCB, you can bring an ACB or not bring a spec weapon at all. I have Bruise. I have 6. Bring whatever you're comfortable with. Combo Eats. I have, again, 3 sets of Combo Eats. Bring whatever you're comfortable with. Super Restores. I have 6. Bring whatever you're comfortable with. 1 Extended Anti-Venom Plus, an Angler, Ranged Pot, Book of the Dead plus Rune Pouch with Fire, Blood, Aether, Death runes for Superior Demon Bane, Thralls, and Death Charge. And then lastly, just a teleport. Getting to the Doom of Makwaheedle is pretty easy. There's a Pendant of 8's teleport on the right side there, and there's a Quetzal on the left side in the south side of Tal Teclin. Both are pretty equidistant from the exclamation point you see in the middle of your screen. That has a lift during the quest that you can activate, which will take you down kind of near the boss's lair. You still have a little bit of a run. That's where this chest comes into play. So on the left side here, you'll see a chest. You can grab those teleport pads that you see. It's the red shiny thing. You want to place it kind of around there and then up towards the door at the top of the screen. That will allow you to teleport from to and from each pad, and you should be all set. Next, we have the mechanics for delves 1 through 4. We're going to start off with the basics here. This is the single prayer attack. Comes in 3 different styles: range, mage, and melee. It is combat trial color coordinated, so green for range, blue for mage, and red for melee. Damage is done upon the projectile hitting you, so as long as you have the correct prayer up prior to it making contact with you, you will avoid all damage. The next set of attacks involves this large rock, which include a couple different mechanics. Firstly, pay attention to the color. The greenish yellow indicates range will be the first projectile to prey against, while the blue indicates mage will be the first projectile. Upon exploding, rock debris will fall on random tiles marked by a shadow on each tile that will be hit. Your overhead protection prayer will also be turned off upon the explosion. As you're dodging the debris, turn on the correct prayer for the first projectile. Range if greenish yellow, mage if blue. After you've done this, if the boss is charging, indicated by the yellow particles being sucked into its mouth, you will need to switch to a melee weapon and hit the boss, then run back a few tiles to stay out of melee range. Once you've stepped back, watch for the projectiles that should be almost hitting you at this point and pray the sequence correctly. The first delve is just one projectile. Delves 2 and 3 include two projectiles, always alternating, and delve 4 introduces three projectiles, always alternating. Put your ranged weapon back on and resume attacking the boss if you haven't already. There's a shield charge phase where you have to consistently hit the boss with a Demon Bane weapon to prevent the yellow bar over its head from filling up. This will be indicated by him closing his shield or face and having the yellow particles being sucked into its mouth. No other attacks will appear, and grubs will start to spawn. While you're doing this, as the grubs are spawning and moving towards the boss, hit them with the correct attack style based on what they're praying against, and they will explode in a 3x3 AoE attack. If the AoE hits the boss's hitbox, it won't damage you and will instead hit the boss for 100 damage to speed up this phase. Always remember to immediately start attacking the boss again with a Demon Bane weapon. Delves 1 through 3 will only have one protection prayer for the grubs, while Delve 4 introduces two overhead prayers. To assist with this, you can use the Better NPC Highlight plugin in RuneLite and use the codes found in the screen in the TrueTile and TrueTile IDs. The instructions are here, and I will link this in the description below. Lastly, we have what I like to call the connect the dots phase. This is probably the most difficult mechanic within the first 4 delves and the main reason for creating this guide. I was struggling with this until my buddy told me it moves in a straight line if the volatile earth you hit are also in a straight line, hence the connect the dots reference. You have 20 game ticks for 12 seconds from the time the volatile earth spawns appear to the time the boss does the ground slam attack. What is tricky about this is the boss will simultaneously throw either individual projectiles or the large rock attack. Focusing on praying against the projectiles is priority number 1, while hitting the second volatile earth spawn late in the 20 game tick / 12-second timer is priority number 2. When the volatile earth spawns appear as you're defending against the boss's attacks, search your map for 2 volatile earth spawns that are both far apart and in the same line of tiles. You want them far apart because that gives you the maximum amount of distance and time that you can be in the ball during the ground attacks. Immediately hit the furthest one, then run in front of the nearest one. As your internal or visual clock nears the final countdown, hit the nearest spawn and be prepared to stay towards the front of the shield ball that appears. This is similar to the enraged phase at Leviathan. Pray correctly against any projectiles the boss has thrown at you as you walk with the shield, and you won't take any damage. This attack can appear in all delves 1 through 4, but the number of ground attacks varies based on which delve it is. Delves 1 and 2 have only one ground attack, while delves 3 and 4 include 2 ground attacks. There is a plugin method to assist with the 20 game tick / 12-second countdown as seen here, and it will also be linked in the description below. Now that you've seen how the mechanics work, here is a real-time completion of delves 1 through 4. If you like this content, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and even join our clan, Planet OSRS. The Discord link will be in the description below. Thank you and enjoy.